Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Danny Show. I'm your host, Dan Cody, giving you commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Thank you guys so much for joining. Let's get started with tonight's review of Monday Night Raw from Providence, Rhode Island. But before I get started with my review of tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, I would like to take this moment and put my deepest thoughts and prayers to former SmackDown General Manager Teddy Long. For those of you who did not hear, unfortunately, Teddy Long lost his son either today or yesterday. Teddy Long, former general manager of SmackDown, lost his son. So my thoughts and prayers are for him because no one should ever have to bury their children. So my thoughts and prayers are with Teddy Long and his family at this time. That being said, let's get started with tonight's review of Monday Night Raw. I thought there was a little trouble in paradise between the Oracle, I believe that's what they called it, with Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. B&B, if I should say. Of course, Braun Breaker took the mic from Seth before Seth could get a word out. Talked about Sami Zayn, who unfortunately might be out for a little bit due to the ambush of Karrion Kross, followed by four spears by Braun Breaker. So Braun Breaker got what he wanted. Bronson Reed got half of what he wanted, although it was kind of stupid to get disqualified, but he got himself disqualified by throwing a rolling chair at Jey Uso and then giving two tsunamis. The only thing is, as much as I'm a Jey Uso fan and not a fan of Bronson Reed kayfabe, it would have been nice to hear Wade Barrett, because he sells Braun's finisher very well when he claims tsunami. That's awesome. No one can sell that like Wade Barrett. So they got half of what they wanted. Even Seth Rollins got what he wanted when in the main event of tonight's episode of Raw, Seth Rollins had a competitive match with Penta and won the match after he headbutted Penta in the Penta. So he won that match. However, just when they were about to wipe him out like some mafia group, LA Knight, comes in, and LA Knight will be facing Seth Rollins this Saturday. And Gunter will be facing Goldberg this Saturday in my former hometown as well. However, Goldberg gave Gunter a taste of what's to come. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if this is going to be as competitive. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When he had that match with Drew McIntyre at 2021's Royal Rumble, my first review, I enjoyed the match. The match was good. Less than 7 minutes into the match, and I actually enjoyed that one. I don't know if this match is going to be as good within 7 minutes, but I'm going to keep hope alive for Goldberg. And the fans were happy to see Goldberg, whereas last week it was a kind of a mixed reaction as Gunter was talking about Goldberg, and the crowd was halfway understanding what Gunter was saying because Goldberg is supposedly up in age, but he didn't look like it too much tonight. But nonetheless, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, and we'll see if Goldberg can do something. Let's just hope it's not a disaster like his match with The Undertaker. And I'm going to be honest, speaking of The Undertaker right there, if we had that version of The Undertaker versus Goldberg 20 years earlier, because this happened in 2019, if we could have got this right around that time, it might have been a good match to have at WrestleMania 15. That would have been really good, but they were both in their respective companies. And we never got Sting versus The Undertaker. We never got Sting versus The Undertaker. I'll never forgive you guys for that. Should have got that at WrestleMania Dallas. Darn it, that was a record-setting crowd with a dream match. Darn it. Moving forward to some interesting news. Shad Gable, what the heck is that? Shad Gable was injured, and so who is El Grande Americano? It's not Shad Gable, obviously. I have a strange feeling it's Ludwig Kaiser. A lot of people do. And I agree. And the New Day is in mourning in kayfabe mourning. And so thoughts and prayers are with the New Day because they lost their tag team championships to the Judgment Day last week. Speaking of the Judgment Day, who the helicopter thought it was a good idea to put a picture of Liv Morgan like she died or something? I gotta agree with Raquel. What the helicopter was that? So, I mean, seriously. Speaking of, I got a funny question. Did that cake that Simp19 got was that cake poisonous? I mean, for those of you who didn't see it, Dominic, or I like to call him Simp19 Dom, got himself a cake that said "Get well soon" by an angry social studies teacher from last week, AJ Styles. Now think about this. Simp19 Dom is the New Age Breakfast Club, and AJ Styles last week was the angry social studies teacher with the glasses. Except this time, the Breakfast Club members, Dominic, is still the bad guy, and the teacher is actually the good guy in the story. Completely the good guy. The teacher in Breakfast Club was just a power hungry guy, but this time, the teacher is the favorite. But in any event, is that cake poisonous? I mean, I enjoyed it. Was hilarious what AJ Styles did, but did AJ Styles poison the get well soon cake? Is it raining out there? Oh, excuse me. But it just made me wonder: is the cake poisonous? In any event, moving forward, I think Ludwig Kaiser is American, whatever that guy is. And I don't know if they poisoned the cake or not. All I know is we got to see what happens. I can't wait for him to get well. But that segment was hilarious to me. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the triple threat match between Becky, Bayley, and Lyra Valkyria. Not a bad promo segment. Bayley was fire on the microphone tonight, and Lyra Valkyria is showing her more aggressive side, which I think is very cool. I believe I covered everything. No, I didn't. I have just one more act of good news before I go, and that is the fact that the Kabuki Warriors are back. They're back. Kairi Sane and Asuka are back as one. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I don't know who's going to win at Evolution. I found out that Nikki Bella is going to be in the Battle Royal, which is going to be great. I don't know if she's necessarily going to win, but to have her as one of the stars of the Battle Royal, I will really be looking forward to seeing that, as well as Rhea versus Io. I don't know if Rhea's going to get her redemption Sunday night, but it's still going to be a great match to watch. It is raining outside. In the meantime, I'm your host, Dan Cody, and that's all the time I have for you today. And I will be back with another review on all things wrestling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a safe night.